Hey everybody, this is 2007 Form B number 5 non-calculator. This should be the entire FRQ, so if you're working on this at home or wherever you're at, start a stopwatch 15 minutes and get to it. So let's consider the differential equation dy dx equals half x plus y minus 1. On the axes provided, sketch the slope field for the given differential equation at the 9 points indicated. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and you can check your work with that. Okay, so let's take a look at these slopes. Let's start down here at the point negative 1, 0. I believe that slope is negative 3 halves, then negative 1, then negative half. Here I have negative half, 0, 1 half. Here I have 1 half, 1, 3 halves. Check your work on that. All right, part B. Part B asks us for the second derivative with respect to x and y. Okay, so if I were to take the derivative of the first derivative, dy dx, I would get 1 half plus dy dx plus 0. Right? So if I took the derivative of 1 half x with respect to x, I get a half. Derivative of y with respect to x is dy dx, and the derivative of negative 1 is, of course, 0. So here we go. This is the second derivative of y with respect to x. Okay, now, in addition to that, let's consider what the rest of the question is asking us. To describe the region in the xy plane where all the solution curves to the differential equation are concave up. So what I'm looking for is where the second derivative greater than 0, which means that I want 1 half plus dy dx to be greater than 0. Well, I would know that 1 half plus dy dx is equal to 0 when dy dx is equal to negative half. So let's highlight where dy dx is equal to negative half right here, and what would end up being, I believe, actually that right there. Okay, so what we've identified here is an isocline. Okay, this is an isocline. So anywhere above that line, all slopes for dy dx will be greater than negative 1 half. So let me shade that region of the graph. Okay, so in this green region on the graph, the following will be true. Dy dx will be greater than negative half, which will ensure, that was supposed to be an arrow there, that the second derivative will be greater than 0. Okay, so let's determine the equation for that red line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set dy dx equal to negative half. That'll equal half x plus y minus 1. If I add 1 and subtract a half x, I get y equals negative half x plus a half. Okay, so here's how I determine this. Right, describe this region. Okay, that green region there would refer to the following scenario. If y is greater than negative half x plus a half, then the solution curves, all solution curves in this region will be concave up. Okay, there you have it. Let's talk about part C. Part C says let y equals f of x be a particular solution to the differential equation with the initial condition 0, 1. Does f have a relative min, a relative max, or neither? And justify your answer at x equals 0. Now this question is not asking you to find the particular solution, so don't do that. What we know happens at relative extrema is that, first of all, dy dx must equal 0. Okay, so let's see if that occurs. Specifically at this point, 0, 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take dy dx and evaluate at the point 0, 1. Okay, so I'm going to take my equation 1/2 x, plug in a 0 for x, plus y, plug in a 1 for y, subtract 1, I get 0. Okay, so I can kind of check that off my list. Dy dx equals 0. Now what I want to do is I'm going to use the second derivative test. And if dy dx equals 0, so if dy dx is equal to 0 and the second derivative is greater than 0, then this would be classified as a local minimum value. Okay, and then if, let's say, the second derivative is less than 0, that would be a local maximum. So let's go ahead and check. Let's find the second derivative evaluated at 0, 1. Okay, so we see the second derivative in part B. It's going to be a half plus dy dx at the same location, 0, 1, which will be a half plus 0. Okay, so what that tells me is that the second derivative at 0, 1 is greater than 0. Okay, therefore, how do we want to say this? F has a relative minimum at 0.01 since dy dx equals 0 and the second derivative is greater than 0 at that point. Okay, very good. Let's take a look at part D. It says find the values of the constants m and b for which y equals mx plus b is a solution to the differential equation. Okay, so here's where I would go with that. All right, if y equals mx plus b is a solution, then what I can do is I can take the derivative of that solution, which will be m, which will be dy dx. And I can actually go a step further, which is going to be my useful step. And I can take the derivative of dy dx, which is equivalent to taking the derivative of m, and m is a constant, which will equal 0. And that will be the second derivative of y with respect to x. So this is extremely important. If I know that the second derivative is equal to 0, and I know that the second derivative is also equal to 1/2 dy dx, okay, and dy dx, oh boy, I can't remember what dy dx was. Let's go back up for just a little bit. Half x plus y minus 1. Okay, plus dy dx, which is half x plus y minus 1. What I can do is I can set 0 equal to this expression. And now I'm going to be able to find the linear equation. Okay, so I'm going to add half and negative 1. That's negative half plus half x plus y. And therefore I can solve for y. Y would equal negative half x plus a half. And there we have it. I've now solved in this form y equals mx plus b. Therefore, m is equal to negative half and b is equal to a half. Okay, guys, that's an FRQ from, when is that? 07? 2007, part B, number 5. Hopefully that made sense. Let me know or your teacher know if you got any questions. Have a great day. We'll see you next time.